Okay, everybody, I got 8 o'clock straight up. Glad to welcome everybody to the broadcast tonight. Tonight, what I want to talk about is I want to talk about how to structure iClub Biz as a business. Last week, for those of you who were on the broadcast with us, we spent a lot of time talking about travel and how to utilize that particular product. We have a whole lot more products, but tonight I really want to talk about how to build an organization, because I think most people struggle in this industry because they get kind of confused on what they should do, and they lose track of why we have products. The reason we have products is that that's the means that we use to make the money. And most of us who have put together large organizations, what we've realized is that you become a professional business builder, not a product seller. And what we'll do from a marketing standpoint, we'll show you how to use products to help people instead of trying to get people to buy products. And as we develop this more and more, and you can start to track and understand our attitude and our self-image and our belief in this, hopefully you can catch what we put together. And just so you have a little background about me, I spent 30 years in the industry, made a couple $1 million by building organizations. And I told some guys a couple of weeks ago that I probably moved more. The one company I was with, they had a very broad base of products, and one of the products that they had was a very expensive vacuum cleaner. And I probably sold more, $1,500 vacuums than anybody else in the country, and never once did I sell a vacuum cleaner. What I did is I helped people get new houses, I helped people get new cars, I helped people get more money for vacations, I helped people with their retirement. And so once you learn how to use products to help people, then all of a sudden your business building it becomes a lot easier, because you got to realize 97% of the people in the United States do not like to sell. And so if they perceive that what you're doing is a selling business, then you automatically detract from the masses of the market. And if you want to make a lot of money in this industry, you need to have a lot of people buying products, okay? And so the large group of people is in the non-sales type people. And so what we put together with iClub is we put together a business strategy where you don't really sell, okay? What you do is you build organizations. And as you look at the front page of the website you see right there, we're just a group of individuals who cooperatively work together to create income through buying power. Instead of pitching a particular product, we build a team of people who have dreams and goals in their heart, and we use the products to help us get our dreams. And the bigger the team gets, the more products that we'll be bringing into the mix. And you got to have high value, you got to have high demand impact products that are going to be priced at a level that the consuming public will embrace, or you don't have a viable business. So products are important, but the products are important to make what you do viable. Because if all you've got is just a money game, then it doesn't last. So when you do look at our product line, when you do look at the website, you look at all the different products we got at the Travel Club. Fact is, the more you know about our Travel Club, the more you like it, because our Travel Club, we own the Sunset Beach Travel Agency. We're a registered seller of travel in the state of Iowa, and we're a host agency. When people join our Travel Club for $25, we actually set them up as a travel agent. And then you get your own travel agent booking engines, and then for $25 a month, you get a percentage of the commissions that's paid to the host agency back in the form of cash, and 2/3 in cash and 1/3 in BV. So it's an awesome program. And whether you want to book a hotel, in fact, as I was talking with a gentleman this afternoon, and he does all his reservations with Expedia. I suppose kind of crazy, but Expedia has what's called a TAP account for travel agents, is the travel agent affiliate program. And when you join our Travel Club, we give you a TAP account. So you go to expedia.com/TAP, and that pops up. You put your ID and your password in. So you got a passcode protected travel agent site. And then we also got Cruise Pro. You can pro book all your cruises. We got Vax, we got Apple Vacations, we've got Disney. So we got all these booking engines, and you get that with the Travel Club for only $25. This is a high value product, and again, it's priced properly. When you look at Aqualite is our number one selling product. It's a product that actually changes the chemical composition of water, breaks up the water molecule clusters, so you get better absorption into cell membrane. And what happens is when you break up those water molecule clusters, you get the water into the cell membrane, you actually bring more oxygen to the cell, you help the body become more alkaline, and basically the body can operate at a more efficient level, the more alkaline it is. And here's what's cool. This is $25, okay? We know that people don't get enough minerals in their diet, and you can't process vitamins without minerals, so we got a liquid mineral product. Again, it's $25. We got a fat-burning product. We got a skincare product. We got a product that, all natural plant-based cleaners. And we got a healthy coffee. And I tell you what, I've tried every doggone coffee that's out there. And everybody, again, once people, even manufacturers and vendors and formulators understand what we do, and the minute they understand what to do, then they start sending me products that, hey, try this, try this, try this. I literally had hundreds of different coffee products that was sent to me, and none of them really tasted that good. And finally, I found one I really, really liked, Primo Java, so we brought it into the mix. And so again, what we do, guys, just from a business standpoint, we build organizations. We build teams of people who cooperatively work together and make a profit through buying power. So you look at all these different products we got. The reason we have all these products is we got to have a valuable proposition that's based upon high impact, high demand products that the consuming public will embrace. And as long as we have those, okay, as long as we have those type of products, then anything you build can last. I will guarantee you, once people understand what iodine is, they will be on iodine for the rest of their life. I also will guarantee you, once people understand what Aqualite is, they'll be on Aqualite for the rest of their life. And they're priced right, $25 a month. It's a very, very properly priced product, high demand, high impact products. So we got the right products, but the reason our business works is not because we got these great products. The reason our business works is because, guess what? Half the people in the United States haven't saved $10,000. 50% of the boomers, haven't saved $20,000. I mean, they're getting ready for retirement. They don't got enough to live. I just found out today, they said that the health insurance premiums for a 60-year-old are going to go up $60 a month. Prices are going up crazy, but nobody's getting any increases in wages. People were struggling. People were hurting. People are looking for ways to make money. The reason people join iClub is because they're looking for a vehicle. They're looking for some mechanism that can help them make the money to get some things they want that they can't get. And again, what I love to tell guys is, hey, how cool would it be if all of a sudden you didn't have to worry about money no more? And I had one lady, she talks with me. She says, Jeff, she says, you spend way too much time talking about money. All you do is money, 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 money. And I said, well, she says, there's more important things than money. And I said, well, absolutely there are. I said, would you agree that oxygen is more important than money? And she said, sure. I said, okay, well, you and I both agree oxygen is more important than money. I said, when was the last time you ever worried about oxygen? And she goes, well, what are you talking about? I said, well, you don't think about it. You don't worry about it, do you? She goes, well, no. I said, why? And she goes, well, I don't know. I don't think about it. I said, the reason you don't worry about it is because you have enough oxygen. We want to help people get to the point in time in life, they got enough money, they don't worry about it. So there's more money coming in that's going out so they can do things that are more important than worry about money. But for the average person, in fact, as I heard a stat when I was younger, they told me that 95% of people who are 25 years of age, if you follow them through to their 65, and now it's probably going to be 70 because, of what's going on with Social Security and the and Medicare and stuff, but if you follow them through to the 65, this is when I was 25, they said there's a 95% chance you'd be dead, disabled, or broke by the time you're 65. And then when they told me this when I was 25, I knew for a fact that I would not be a statistic. It's just like I said, well, I'm not going to be one of those guys. All of a sudden, about the time I hit 40, it was a reality to me why they made that stat. Why is it that 95% of the people who are 25 years of age by the time they hit 65 are dead, disabled, or broke? Is because if you are aggressive, hardworking person and you are working, there's a really good chance by the time you hit 65, you're either going to be dead or disabled. And here's what happened with me when I was 40. My dad, when my dad was like 30, in 1960, my dad was making $35,000 a year. My dad owned a couple of grocery stores. He owned a bowling alley, he owned a steakhouse, a department store. He developed real estate, owned a farm. My dad, when I was growing up, my dad was rich. But my dad, by the time he was 65, was a statistic because he had 2 heart attacks and 2 strokes before he was 65. My uncle, who made millions of dollars, by the time he was 65, he was a statistic because he died when he was 62. Here's what hit me, why 95% of people by the time they hit 65 are dead, disabled, or broke, is because if you're a hardworking person, you're going and going and going, because, I mean, it's the law of survival. It's just like everybody's going after you. If you're top of the game, everybody's going after you. There's a good chance you'll be either disabled or dead. And then what happens for the rest of the people, all of a sudden, you know how corporations, they keep expanding, and all of a sudden they grow, and all of a sudden they downsize, they right size. Well, what happens is when you hit about 50, Okay, all of a sudden they look at you. You're at the top of the pay schedule, and you're expendable. So they say, we're going to displace you, and we're going to redesign and re-engineer. My younger brother has had an awesome job, and then he got notified that they were going to terminate his position. Okay, now they didn't terminate his position because they terminated his position. They terminated his position because he was at the top of the pay schedule. They could get somebody else to do what he's doing for about half what they paid him. Now, it's okay when you're 30, 40, 45, but about 50, 55, nobody wants to hire you. So you might be doing good when you're 20. You might be doing good when you're 25, when you're 30, when you're 35, 40. About 50, 55, all of a sudden it hits you, man. You spent your whole life raising kids, paying off debt, getting school loans taken care of. Finally, the kids are gone. All of a sudden now all of a sudden your income takes a big dip because all of a sudden, the changes have happened. And now you get stuck. Now you're scrambling. You're making half what you used to make. And by the time you're 65, all of a sudden it's like there's no more fun anymore. The fun is gone. And so what happens is when people finally get this, they say, here's why they join iClubBiz. They do not join iClubBiz because we got great products, even though we do. They join iClubBiz because they're looking for a way to help them make enough money so they can have a life. So rather than going off, spend all your time making a living, which is what most of us do, what we do in iClubBiz, we want to talk about how to help you have a life. So here's what I do. I go look for people that want to have a life. I look for people who got something in their heart that they can't get doing what they're doing, and I'm seeing if they're willing to partner with me to help them get their dreams. And then here's what I do, guys, and I kind of put this together just to kind of show you. This is what I do. Okay, people ask me, how in the world, Jeff, did you make a couple $1 million in this industry? I was on the phone with a guy from New York City, and he says, how in the world how could you make this work? And I said, because I never spent any time selling products. What I did is I built organizations. I helped people get their dreams, and I helped people. I taught them how to buy rather than trying to get them to sell. Rather than sell somebody a product, I said, I'll make a deal with them. In fact, if you look at this, at the bottom it says, let's make a deal. Hey, I'll take my time, my money, my resources, my expertise to assist you building a business to get your dreams, provided you do three things. Number one, you commit to buy $25 a month worth of stuff. Number two, you plug into the weekly broadcast that we do. It takes about 15, 20, maybe a half hour a week. And number three, you work with me to partner up to drive 4 legs 20 deep. I will commit my time, money, resources, and expertise to help you do this, to get your dreams, if you do those three things. Buy $25 a month, spend a half hour a week on a broadcast, and partner with me to help you get 4 legs 20 deep. Do we got a deal? And if they say yes, they're one of mine. If they say I need to think about it, I say don't take this wrong, but if you got to think about that, you're probably not my person. And I go find somebody else. I only need 4. See, here's what happens. Here's why so many people don't understand network marketing. They think because you need a lot of people to make a lot of money that you got to go out and sponsor a lot of people. No, you don't. You only need 4 good ones. 4 good ones. Do you understand? By the time you got that leg 20 deep, you got almost 3,000 people. In fact, that's 21 levels deep. By the time it's 21 levels deep, you got almost 3,000 people in that lake. You do that 4 times, that puts over 10,000 people in your group. You could do that in a year. And here's what's fun. People say, well, where do you find your people? Now watch this. So let's say, and I see I got Brandon, on the broadcast. So I say, hey, Brandon, I'll make a deal with you. First of all, Brandon, what do you want? And Brandon says, well, I'd like to pay off my student debt. I'd like to get a new car. I'd like to get a nicer house. In fact, I'd like to get a house right now. I'm renting a place. So I got these things I want to get. So, well, Brandon, can you see you getting out of debt? Can you see you getting the house you want, getting the car you want in the next year doing what you're doing? He says, no. I said, well, if I could help you get that house, I could help you get that car, I could help you get out of debt. And I'll be willing to take my time, my money, my resources, my expertise to help you do that if you do 3 things. Would you be willing to buy $25 a month worth of stuff? Would you be willing to spend 30 minutes once a week to plug into a live broadcast that I do? And number 3, would you partner hands with me, lock arms with me to drive 4 legs 20 deep? And if he says, crap, is that all I got to do? Boom, he's one of my guys. And here's the first thing I tell Brandon. Brandon, take out your cell phone and text your friends. Just say, dude, call me. I got something I got to talk about. Dude, call me. I need to talk to you. I need to talk to you. I use Brandon. Understand, I don't need to have a whole big list that I got, because now I got Brandon's cell phone. I got Brandon's 300 names he's got in his contact list. And I say, Brandon, I only want you to focus on one thing. I want your first goal to be to get 4, and then you pay no more, because you're spending $25 a month. As soon as you get 4 people, you get 25% commission off what everybody buys. So as soon as you got 4 people buying $25 a month worth of stuff, now you're making $25. Now what's your stuff cost you? Nothing. I want you focused to go get 4. And what I do, as soon as he gets his first one, I partner with that. And let's say that, and I say I got Bruce on. So I partner with Bruce. Say, Bruce, hey, Bruce, why are you doing this? What's your motivation? Well, I'd like to. My wife and I like to travel. We'd like to take some more vacations. We'd like to go off and put a swimming pool in the backyard. Well, let me ask you, Bruce, doing what you're doing, can you get that done the next year or two doing what you're doing? And if Bruce says, yeah, then here's what I tell Bruce. Then Bruce, you probably just need to go do what you're doing because you've got nothing you want, you can't get. I'm only looking for the person who got something they want, they can't get. But if Bruce says, "Oh no, really? I'd like to get a new car. I mean, my wife and I have always thought about, giving more money to church. We got all these things we'd like to do." I said, "Well, let me ask you, can you get that done? Do what you're doing?" "No, Bruce, I'll make a deal with you. I'll take my time, my money, my resources, my expertise. I'll help you go to work over the next year to build this sucker so you can get your dreams, provided you do 3 things: buy $25 more worth of stuff, spend 30 minutes on the presentation that we do a live broadcast every week, and lock arms with me and partner to ride 4 legs 20 deep. So we got a deal." "Yeah, you got a deal. Bruce, take out your cell phone and text your buddies and have them call you. And your goal, I want you to focus on nothing else but getting 4. And the first one that Bruce gets, all of a sudden, it's Darlene. I say, Darlene, I'll make a deal with you. Darlene, what do you want? What's your motivation? Well, I'd like to put my kids through school. I'd like to be able to retire. I'm sick and tired of it. I hate my job. I want to get out of my job. Well, can you get yourself in a position like that within a year doing what you're doing? No. Well, let me tell you, I'll make a deal with you. I'll take my time, money, resource. You understand how this works? I drive that tap route down. I tell Brandon, get 4 and pay no more. I tell Bruce, get 4 and pay no more. I tell Darlena, get 4 and pay no more. I drive the tap route down. And then as they go off and they find, all of a sudden Brandon finds the second one. So now, Brandon, I want you to do with the second one the same exact thing that I'm doing in your primary lake. Now, the illustration that you guys see on your presentation right now, this is based on 21 levels, and 1 out of 3 will quit. In other words, 1 out of 3 says, yes, I'll do it, and they don't do nothing. And 1 out of 3 says, yes, I want to do it, but they're a little bit later. And 1 out of 3 says, yes, I want to do it, and they do it now. So as soon as you get one, but by the time you're working on getting that one 2 deep, all of a sudden they're getting 1 deep. So if you understand this principle, it is so much fun. People ask me, how did you put thousands and thousands of people in your organization within 6 months? It's because I drove 6 legs 20 deep and basically created a 7-figure income. I don't know if you can see how simple this is. I had one guy, he says, Jeff, he says, how in the world can 4 legs 20 deep, that's only 80 people, how can you make all this money? He said, dude, you don't understand. When you see the geometric progression, you got the quitters, you got the laters, you got the now. You drive that baby down, run the numbers out. I got this on a spreadsheet. If you want the spreadsheet, email me, jeff@jeffevers.net. I'll shoot you the spreadsheet. When you look at this, you get excited because you know what? All you got to do is get one. And when Darlene says yes, and all of a sudden we get David, and David said yes, how do I get somebody underneath David? I say, David, take out your cell phone. Text your friends. Now, what if you don't know anybody? What if you are like the average person who's already tried 4 or 5, 6, 10 different network marketing deals? And in fact, how many have been told this? You need to take these products and send samples out to your friends. Okay, if you want to have a recipe for failure in network marketing, do that. Because the minute you send samples out to your friends think you're a salesperson. Now, they might buy the products from you because they're good products, and most network marketing products are good. But the minute you send samples out to anybody, they think you're a salesperson. Now, they might buy the products, but they'll never join you to build unless they're a salesperson. Only 3 out of 100 want to sell. I would much rather say, hey, listen, dude, call me. I got a way we can make money. Say, what is it? It's nuts. This is just a group of people all working together, and we got a way we can make some money. It's nuts. We can make more money in a month. We can make in a year. But let me ask you, if I could show you how to make more money in a month you make in a year, and all it requires is a one-time out-of-pocket of $25, and if you could see it, you could believe it, would you be willing to throw $25 into it? That's my approach. I don't tell anybody about it. See, then when I sit down with them, I explain to them what an end user link system is. I explain to them how we bypass the channels of distribution. We have no brand maintenance fees. Do you know when a manufacturer creates a product, the first thing they got to do is they got to create a demand in the marketplace because the product's got to get pushed through the channels. So they do commercials that plop, fizz. I mean, it's Alka-Seltzer. It hasn't been probably advertised for 30 years, but people my age know the commercial. Okay. Oh, you deserve a break today. All these companies brand these products. They spend millions and millions and millions of dollars branding products. After they brand their products, then they go off. They got to offer incentives for the wholesalers to bring the products in, so they give them warehouse allowances. They got to bring incentives into the retailer, put them onto the store, so they get display allowances. Then they got to have incentives to the retailer to advertise in the local market, so they give them advertising allowances. Then they got to hire sales reps to sell the product to brokers who go to the wholesalers and retailers. All of a sudden, the product that costs $1 to make ends up retailing for $5 at the store. All we're doing is bypassing those channels. We're contracting directly with the manufacturer to set up an order consolidator, and we're building the team of end users ourselves. That's where the money comes from. When I explain that to somebody, say, well, that seems pretty simple. So here's what we do. I got a way I can help you make any dream come true. But I'll commit to you. First of all, if you could wave the magic wand, anything you want, you could have. What would you have? What would your life be like? And they tell me, well, can you get that doing what you're doing the next year or two? No, I'll make a deal with you. I'll take my time, my money, my resources, my expertise. I'll help you get your dreams, provided you do 3 things. Spend $25 a month, be on a 20-minute, 30-minute call every week, and partner with me, lock arms and drive 4 legs 20 deep. Do we got a deal? And if they can't say yes, they're a no. If someone says, I need to think about it, say, well, let's think about it together, because I ain't coming back. Because how many do I need? 4. Once you get this, you stop chasing people. You start sifting and sorting. You stop selling. You don't convince. You interview. This is the most funnest thing anybody could ever do. So and again, what you want to do is you want to go in and again, I post everything into BLC, thebetterlifecoop.net. I post all of our training there, because that's a generic training system to teach people how to build organizations. So get into the back office, blc.betterlifecoop.net, and you can watch this and watch it over and over and over. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and close the recording down.